Hey there, sewing enthusiasts! We are about to embark on a winter wonderland of free sewing patterns. So just think of this as like an early Christmas present. I am sharing 14 free sewing patterns, and that is kind of double the amount that I usually share, so prepare yourself. I'm going to categorize the patterns into sections so that it's a little bit less overwhelming. So if you want to click on a particular section, the timestamps will be in the description box below. But before we dive in, let me just introduce myself. Hi, my name is Joanna and I love making sewing videos here on YouTube. So if you are as crazy about fabric and thread as I am, please feel free to hit that subscribe button to see more of my sewing adventures. Let's kick off with a jumper that has stolen my heart quicker than a seam ripper steals my patience. This is the Heather sweater by NH Patterns, and it's honestly just like the best kind of throw-on jumper I have in my wardrobe. And it's entirely made out of remnants, so it's one of my thrifty sewing triumphs. The main body is French terry and the sleeves I think are just a jersey fabric that I had lying around. As you can see, I've made quite a lot from the French terry constellation print fabric. I really love it and I don't know where I can get it anymore, so if any of you happen to know, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, back to the free pattern. It's oversized and it has slightly dropped shoulders, and it has a really good YouTube tutorial so you can follow along and make sure you're sewing up your jumper correctly. And because it's oversized, there's no issues about trying to get it to fit perfectly. So if you're a beginner with stretch fabrics, I highly recommend it, like to dip your toes into the world of stretch fabrics. Contrary to popular belief, you do not actually need an overlocker to get started in sewing stretch fabrics. So if you don't have one, that is fine. They do make things a little bit quicker, but honestly, you'll be fine with a sewing machine, a ballpoint needle, and a zigzag stitch. J. Lee is a Canadian-based pattern company, and they have loads of patterns which are very sporty, and they have lots of dance wear patterns. And I have made their Audrey vest top twice before, and it's definitely not suited to winter, but from that I've learned like their instructions are super clear and they are really great patterns that cater to like a really huge range of sizes. The pattern I'm sharing today is the Emily sweater, which is a loose fitting square shaped jumper, and it has drop sleeves and it has a roll neck, or turtleneck as they're sometimes called. It looks super comfy, and I can imagine if you sewed it in a nice fleece, it would be absolutely perfect for winter. And it even caters to young kids sizes, which is great. If you prefer a hoodie to a jumper, then this pattern might be for you. I personally love a hoodie with a zip up the front because then you can unzip it if you're feeling a bit too hot, and you can zip it back up for extra warmth. And I love having a hood up over a beanie hat in winter to keep me extra warm. This is the hoodie pattern by So Easy, and it is marked as intermediate. So if you don't have experience sewing stretch fabrics, I'd recommend sewing one of the jumpers that I mentioned previously first. Although saying that, there are a few things I've noticed with the pattern that you could kind of remove or change to make it slightly easier. For example, it uses grommets to put the hoodie string through. I've never actually used grommets before. I normally just use a buttonhole if I'm making a hoodie or something with a drawstring. So you could easily change up the pattern to suit your skill level. But using grommets in a pattern is something I really do want to try, so maybe I should make this hoodie. Anyway, I absolutely love the sample that is sewn up here. I love the contrasting red. I think it looks really great and cozy. Everyone needs a cozy jogger in their wardrobe. I'm not sure if you call these sweatpants in America for any of my American viewers. These are the Avery joggers by Life So Savory. I feel like so many sewing companies have "so" in their names, just like as a pun. These are high-waisted, slouchy joggers with slash pockets on the front and a nice thick waistband. I actually live in joggers when I'm at home. I'm wearing them right now, you can't see. So I'm always on the lookout for new jogger patterns, so I might just have to try this one. And you could make them in sweatshirting fleece for a really cozy feel, or light French terry for a lighter feel. You could even make them in jersey and then use them as pajamas. This skirt is so easy that it doesn't actually require a pattern. I know I normally share patterns that all have PDF printouts, but you don't need to waste any paper for this one. Perfect for winter. Long pleated skirts are so easy to make and they're guaranteed to fit because you're literally just going to work with your body measurements instead of a paper pattern. They're really quick and easy to make, and this detailed blog post is by the Sarah Project and it's actually from 2015, but there's still a lot of activity on the page and recent comments, so I can tell that people seem to really love this pattern. It has pictures for every single step and a really detailed description. This is one that I'm definitely adding to my forever growing to sew list, and I'd love to make it in like a tartan woolen that would keep me really warm in winter with some woolen tights underneath. Turtleneck tops are a timeless staple, and in my own personal experience, they are absolutely essential in keeping me warm in winter. Their snug fit and high neck provide excellent insulation, making them really indispensable for chilly days. And the particular pattern we're discussing today is the Trina turtleneck from Sew Mag. For those who have an overlocker or a serger, this project can be completed like super quickly. It's really quick and easy to do. But like I've said before, you really don't need an overlocker to sew stretchy fabrics. Sure, it will help and it will make things a lot quicker. A sewing machine is just as capable though. Just make sure you're using a ballpoint needle and a zigzag or lightning stitch. And some sewing machines actually have overlocking stitches. With an overlocker, you won't have to worry about the seams breaking because the stitch is going to stretch when your body moves. But with a sewing machine, you do have to be careful about that because if you just sew a straight stitch, it might break when you're wearing the garment. So do make sure that you use a zigzag if you're going to sew stretch on a standard sewing machine. Not everyone likes a turtleneck, and I totally get that because it can feel a bit constrictive around the neck sometimes. So I thought I'd share just a basic long sleeve top pattern as well, which is really perfect for layering under t-shirts. This is the long sleeve top by Grasser. And I hadn't actually heard of them before I started doing research for this video, but they look like they make really trendy patterns, a bit like Vicky Sews, and they have tons of inspiration on their website and also their Instagram page. In winter, especially where I'm from here in the UK, it is essential that you have a really good winter coat to keep you warm when you're outside. Allow me to introduce you to the Blueberry Jacket by Mood Fabrics. This coat is the perfect blend of style and functionality. It's a classic fitted coat that will keep you looking very fashionable while also keeping you insulated. The jacket features darts up the front, which are used to bring the coat in, enhance the shape and ensure a great fit. And there's also a row of buttons going up the front to close the jacket and add a stylish touch. One of my favorite elements of this coat are those fluffy wrist cuffs, which are actually detachable, so you can take them off if you're not feeling it, but they attach to the wrists and they do provide a bit more warmth. And the fact that they're removable is not only great because you can switch up the look, but also great because you can easily wash them. If you prefer a puffer jacket, then the fennel coat might be for you. This is also from Mood Fabrics. And this coat boasts a range of thoughtful features which combine comfort with practicality. Firstly, it's designed with inseam pockets so you can keep all your essentials on you. And one of the most interesting design elements of this coat are the contrast sleeves, which not only look great, but they also provide easier range of movement because they're made out of a rib knit. And the knit fabric around the arms will also ensure that you're keeping your warmth in. And the fennel coat also has a drawstring around the waist, so that's really good for cinching in and enhancing your silhouette whilst also protecting you more against the elements. But if big, bulky coats aren't your thing, then why not try something a bit more glamorous, like an eye-catching cape? This unique garment provides a touch of elegance, whilst also providing practicality to elevate any outfit. And I'm sharing another pattern by Mood Fabrics, and that is the Colliers cape. I think that's how you pronounce it. Whilst capes might not be everyone's cup of tea, I personally think they're really elegant and timeless. In fact, I've been so captivated by this pattern. It's actually been on my to sew list for the last couple of months. And there's a good chance that I might even get around to sewing it before the year is out. What really caught my eye about this cape is the rich purple colour that they've used to sew the sample up. The colour with the silhouette just creates something that looks so majestic. Okay, this is another free pattern that I've made, and it is the DIY wearable blanket by So Much Ado. I made this last winter, and the whole winter I literally lived in it, and you could find me hunched over my desk with the hood up, looking like a little cozy gremlin. And then I swiftly have to take it off when someone calls me on Teams. And when I'm sat on the sofa, my dog Charlie actually climbs in to this wearable blanket. He literally climbs under it, so I think he's also a fan. And another thing about this pattern is that it is fully reversible. So on one side I have a really nice soft pale green fleece, and it's covered in dogs in jumpers. And the other side I have a pink Sherpa fleece, which was actually a blanket, and I put white cuffs around the sleeves. And let's not forget about the cozy kangaroo pocket that you can put your hands in on the front to keep your hands warm. And the pattern also comes with a YouTube tutorial, which I did find really helpful because I struggled a couple of times just because it's fully reversible and I got a little bit stuck. And these also make really great Christmas gifts. Okay, I have a confession to make. I am a huge enthusiast for fluffy winter pajamas, and I bet lots of you also share the same sentiment. So let me introduce you to the cute cozy pajama set by Sparrow Refashion. And you'll find these pajamas really quick and easy to sew. Even if you're relatively new to sewing, they're really easy to make. And when it comes to fabric choices, the possibilities are almost endless. You could opt for a jersey fabric, which would create a really nice breathable set. But I would recommend a flannel or cuddle fleece for extra warmth and coziness. There's honestly nothing quite like snuggling up on the sofa in a pair of warm, fluffy pajamas on a winter evening. And this is another one that you could easily make as a Christmas gift because, like I said, they're really quick to make and people love pajamas. I love getting pajamas at Christmas. But for an even quicker Christmas gift, why not try making a pair of fleece slippers? And this pattern is by Learn, Create, Sew, and you can sew these up in a really short amount of time, and there's a YouTube tutorial, so if you get stuck at all, there is help. They come in a few different variations, and you can even add little extra special touches to make them unique. Okay, the last pattern. The first thing I grab for in the morning is normally my phone, but not in winter. In winter, the first thing I grab for is my fluffy dressing gown. This is the olive hooded robe pattern by My Golden Thimble. The pattern instructions for this are really detailed, and I absolutely love the Christmas Nordic themed fleece that the sample has been sewn up in. It features an oversized hood, some pockets on the front and a tie to tie around the waist. And if I were to make this pattern, I would probably make it slightly longer, but you can easily do that by just adding length to the pattern. And also, if you wanted to make a bathrobe, you could use this pattern and just use toweling fabric. And that is it for today. A whole new winter wardrobe for you to get stitching. Which one of these do you think you'll try first? Let me know in the comments. If this video got your creative juices flowing, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below. And with that, it's happy sewing from me. Bye!